So what is going on, everybody? Today we have some pretty good items for you guys to pick up from the vendors. So we're going to do a quick one for you guys. If you guys don't know, there are a ton of vendors now because of the countdown and everything else. So let's go into the vendors that I found were the best. So this week we had some really good items. At the very beginning, right at the front, I would actually pick up this Pyromaniac if you haven't leveled it up. Mine's only proficiency rank 1. If you end up buying 20 of these, you will hit proficiency in this item. So I am going to end up buying these and adding them to my library so that way I can proficient this item. So this is probably going to be one I would pick up for any of you guys who haven't got this proficient and want to speed this process up. Remember, 20 of them will get you maxed out. We keep going down. They have a tactical Vector Sbr. It has average rolls, wouldn't even pick it up, but they do have a decent carbine 7 that already has damage targets out of cover. Now you could get this for the time being and then just max out that, change that overflowing for whatever roll you want, maybe like flatline and sync or something like that. And then you could slowly optimize this to upgrade if you have never gotten one like this. So I actually have one like this, but mine's God rolled and I have flatline on it. So just something for you guys to keep in mind. Not a bad roll at all. We keep going down and they do have a Gilligar backpack with the 170,000 armor roll. So for all of you new or returning players, you can grab this, throw it into your library, and you guys have a maxed out backpack armor roll right there. We keep going down and they do have a 10.2% critical hit damage offensive mod here. So if you've been looking for mods and you don't have one higher than this, for a lot of you new or returning players, this would be a good time to buy that right there. And that's all we have from that vendor right there. What we're gonna do is we're gonna hit the countdown vendor first, and then we'll hit the we'll go to the clan vendor. So if you go outside, you guys should know there is a countdown vendor right out here in this corner, and she actually, well, the vending machine has 3 new items. It has the Glory Days, which is another named item. It has the Forge with shield, health, armor regen. So if you guys want to try to build your shield, build around this one. And then it has the Fenris name piece with weapon damage, critical hit chance with perfect overwatch. So ideally, none of these are amazingly rolled. I mean, this one always rolls really high with the shield health, but all these are average rolls. But what you could do if you guys have extra points and you guys want to max these out in your recalibration library, this would be a great place for you guys to do that, just doing this right here. So that is something for you guys to keep in mind. Those are just 3 items you guys can use in your library. What we're gonna do now is we are actually gonna head to the clan vendor, and there are a few items for you guys to pick up there. So keep going here, and the level 30 clan vendor is right here. So let's see what he has. So he does have another name backpack, the Golden Gear backpack. Now if you don't have this one, it's pretty decently rolled. If you guys have been looking to build around this, it already has armor, has skill damage, has armor regen. You could actually use this in builds, but personally I'm gonna just buy these to max this out on my library. So another one I would use to put into my expertise system and just gain those points, and I just have to add that in there. Now they do have a Foundry Bulldog mask, and just so you guys to keep in mind with this is this one is armor, hazard protection. I'll keep the armor and then put headshot damage on there. So if you guys are looking at building a Bulldog build, well, here you go. They do have a Heartbreaker mask with armor, hazard protection. If you've been looking for that, that could be a good pickup. Keep going down, and this hardware, I wouldn't pick this one up. They do have a really nice roll classic RPK. I actually love this. This is actually really good with LMG damage, damage target out cover. You can put damage to armor on there, and then look, it has flatline. So amplifies weapon damage by 15% to pulse enemies after 3 kills. So another great piece for you guys to pick up when you guys have a chance. I actually run this on one of my Heartbreaker builds because it does its flatline. You could put the link laser pointer on it. Very good, in case you guys were wondering about that one. We keep going down. This one isn't too bad. This Model 700, it's a decently rolled sniper rifle, and it has in sync. I would take off in sync, and you can put Ranger on there, and hey, you got yourself a nice one right there. They have a Badger Tough knee pads. I would ignore. They have this all red Walker and Harris chest piece with weapon damage, crit chance, crit damage, and tamper proof. If you guys don't have one of these and want to build around it, it's a great piece to build around crit chance, crit damage. I would change off tamper proof for whatever role you want there. And I think that's about it, except they do have the Sokolov chest piece with 12% crit 12% skill haste, which you can put into your library. Another maxed out role. So I'm going to call out these maxed out roles when I see them, so that way you guys can keep that in mind. And I think that's about it that they have here. Didn't see anything else here, but yeah, some pretty decent items this week. This classic RPK 74, definitely the one I would be looking after buying. Now we're gonna head over to the theater. So once we get to the theater, you can see the vendors right here, and they have the mop. So if you guys don't have this one fully proficient, well, you can come here, buy them, start donating them. Another great way for you guys to do that. We keep going down, and I don't think there was any maxed out roles on this one, so I just double check for you guys. But yeah, so yeah, the one item I would pick up, obviously the mop, and I'll put that into my expertise library. The next item we're gonna head over is going to be at the campus, and then I think we need to go to New York City after that. So once you guys head over to the campus, you can go to the vendor right here, and you will notice right off the bat we have the darkness. Another item I don't have proficient, so I buy 20 of these, or 19, because I'm almost halfway to one. Buy 19 more of these, put this in my library, and boom, I will be proficient in this one. So another one you guys could pick up. And they have another RPK, but obviously the RPK that we saw earlier was a lot better. And that's all I really see here. They do have a skill haste mod if you guys were looking for that, but that's about it right there. Just the name item is one I would pick up. We're gonna head over to New York City, and obviously you guys know there are vendors at the Haven. There's 2 vendors there that we want to look at. So once you arrive to the vendor at New York City, the one that's in the middle, Marco, he does have an enhanced AUG, and this is going to be a submachine gun. And look, it has 21% critical hit chance. You could actually use that for your library. For any of you guys who were looking to buy these and put into your library, that is something for you guys to keep in mind. And we're going to keep looking around real quick, see if there's anything else here that I will see. This isn't a bad Fenris holster with weapon damage, weapon hands, and skill haste. You know, decently rolled there, but that's pretty much it that I would pick up from this. Would probably be this for this this roll right here, this critical hit chance roll. And then there's just one more final vendor that we're going to check out, because obviously since we are here, there are 2 vendors here, so let's just check this one out for you guys. They do have a P90 with 21% crit hit chance. We already got that probably from the other vendor I just showed you, but they do have an LMG with maxed out 12% damage to targets out of cover, which you guys can use in your library. So if you guys have been looking at adding this one, well, there you guys go. And let's just double check to make sure there's no talents that we might need. And I think that is about it. They have that 10%, but we already saw the 10.2% at the other base. But yeah, so ideally, either you buy this one at the other vendor or this vendor, that 21% crit hit chance, put into your recalibration library, and the same thing with this one, so that way you have those rolls that you can put on other gear. And that will wrap up the vendor reset video this week. Some pretty good items for all of you new and returning players, and for you vets, well, that RPK is probably the go-to, plus all the named items if you want to max those out. I'll see you guys in the next video, but until then, guys, hey, nothing but skills out. Take it easy, everybody.